Hello, everyone. I am Anthony with livingtheend.com. And you may have seen one of my videos on either livingtheend.com or on Anthony's Answers. And I'm starting a new channel only because of the algorithms that YouTube, the new ones that YouTube has. So, anyway, this is no BS manifesting, and all of it was before anyway. But I want you guys to know exactly what I'm going to cover. I'm not going to be covering any of the drinking water from a blue glass that's been sitting in the sun for a week. I'm not going to be talking about writing down your goals or your desires and sticking them under your pillow while you go to sleep. And then I'm not going to be talking about listening, to a recording of strange people telling you that they love you. And trust me, it's out there. I know because I've heard it before. So no, I'm not going to be talking about any of that stuff. So what I am going to be talking about on this channel is about here I'm going to show you exactly how to manifest what you desire. And spoiler alert, you've been doing this manifesting game your entire life. Yes, you have. So, but now what we're going to do is we're going to do it consciously instead of unconsciously. Okay? So I'm not going to go into details about that right now, but here's something that I do want you to know is that in every one of these videos, including this one, at the end of the video, you will have something that you can take and apply to getting your manifestation or turning you into the person that you want to be. Absolutely every one. Okay? So stay to the end and you'll get that. So we're not only going to learn about how important your self-concept is, but also how to improve it. Now, there are people that go round and round and round with self-concept. Okay, there's a group of people out there that are in the I am, the power of I am group and stuff like that. And I'm not going to take anything away from that because that is essentially where everything is at. Okay. But they fall down when they try to tell people that that's all you need to do is say that I am. Okay? And that's not it. If you've got somebody who's got years and years and years of trouble with themselves or what have you, you're going to run into a person that they can tell themselves, I am wealthy, I am with so-and-so, I am living in the house that I want to live into all day and all night long. And nothing is going to move for them. Nothing at all. Because on the inside, they have themselves telling them, yeah, this is a bunch of bull crap. You're not going anywhere with that. And so I'm going to show you how to get around that. I had to do it myself. Okay. My childhood was not the best in the world. And one day I'll tell you my story about my childhood. It wasn't pleasant. Okay. So, also, we're going to both understand the power of the words and state of I am, okay? And how to use them to your greatest advantage. The words I am are the two most powerful words in any language, okay? No matter what language you use to say I am someone, I am this, I am that. Those are the two most powerful words in any language that there is. All right? And I'm going to show you exactly what that means and exactly how to use it. Okay? I'm not going to be one of those people who's going to blow smoke up your butt. I'm not going to tell you you're going to get your SP in 24 hours. I'm not going to tell you that it's going to manifest overnight. I'm not going to tell you that if you get up at 3:33 in the morning, 3:33 in the morning, and you read this passage out of the Bible, that whole day the sky is just going to rain dollar bills upon you. I'm not going to tell you that kind of stuff. Okay? For most people, it takes time to change your self-concept, to change who you are. All these people that you see out there that seem like they came and they went really, really fast. Okay? They gained all this knowledge really, really fast, and they change who they are really, really fast. That ain't so. There's some coaches out there that tell you in 2.5 weeks they did this and they did that. But when you do more research and you find out about it, you realize that they've been reading Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, Anthony Robbins, whoever it is, for years. And so, folks, it's not going to fall like that for you. There is no magic red or blue pill. I don't care how you slice the pie. It doesn't exist out there. Okay? When you hear some of these coaches out there telling you so-and-so did this in 24 hours, that was 24 hours from the moment that they finally decided that this is who they are. That's how that happens, folks. It doesn't happen overnight. You've been yourself for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 60 years. You're not changing that overnight. It's not going to happen. And I'm not going to blow smoke up your butt and tell you that it's not, that it is going to happen. Because it's not. Okay? I have one girl, I call her my 1 week wonder. And the whole reason is because after 1 week of listening to what I told her to do, she changed her entire life. But she'd been through more coaches than you can shake a stick at. She's read every single book of Neville Goddard's, and she's read plenty of Joseph Murphy, Florence Scovel Shinn, and Dr. Joe Dispenza. She did all the meditations from Dr. Joe Dispenza. She knew all that stuff, and still didn't get what she wanted. She didn't change who she was until finally she said, I'm going to listen and I'm going to do what you tell me to do. And when she did, 1 week later, she became the person that she wanted to be. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about here in no BS. This is no BS, no bull crap. It's just it. Okay? That's it. That's it. I'm just going to tell you how everything works. I'm going to tell you what to do, and then just follow it, and I promise you, you're going to make it. All right? We're going to cover a bunch of every area in manifesting. Desires from the most popular, which is relationships, or better known as getting your SP, to getting a free cup of coffee, finding a penny on the ground. Okay? I'm gonna teach you all of that stuff. I'm gonna show you how to do it. And it's, you know what, folks? For most of you out here, you already know this. You already know it. I'm not gonna tell you any secrets. Everything's already out there. Okay? I'm going to have titles on my thing. This is the secret and this is the key and so on and so forth. Okay? And it is. But when you get into it, when you finally get into it, you're going to realize that, you know what? I've read this before, but maybe, just maybe, I have placed it in a certain way that you now understand it. It's easy for you to grasp. It's easy for you to learn. It's easy for you to use. All right? That's how we're going to work this. Okay? I'm going to show you all the do's and don'ts of conscious creating, okay, or manifesting. I really hate the word manifesting. I even dislike the concept of conscious creating, because you're really not creating anything, because everything that you could ever think of, that you ever wanted and so, is already yours. It's already done. It's already created. The Bible tells us creation is finished, okay? And so that's where we're going to go from, okay? I'm gonna tell you about timelines, but here's the thing. Spoiler alert, don't concern yourself with timelines. Okay? It happens when it happens. You change when you change. Okay? How long is it gonna take? I don't know. I don't know you yet. Okay? But once I do know you and I understand who you are, I'm gonna tell you, oof, you're an engineer. We're in for a long haul. If you're a creative person, it's like, this is done. This is easy. You're already working on the right side of your brain. Okay? And I pick on engineers only because my son is graduating tonight from Cal Poly Pomona in electrical engineering. Yeah, he's that type of person. And then last but not least, at the end of, again, like I told you, at the end of every video, including this one, I'm going to give you something that that you can use right away to move you closer to experiencing your desires with your five senses. All right? There's a reason why I'm saying that with your five senses. And I'm going to explain that to you, not today, but I'm going to explain it to you in another video. All right? Just keep that in mind. Okay? Before you can even get going, you need to know exactly what you want. So start writing this down. You got a notebook and stuff, and I'm going to cover that here in just a second. If you have a notebook or something, start writing that down, because it's very important that you understand that you need to know exactly what it is that you want. Because if you don't, if you have no clue, you just say, I want a lot of money. Well, great. We all want a lot of money, but how much do you want it? Okay, how much money do you want? We need to know those things. You really need to know specifically what you want. If you don't, or you vacillate back and forth, you'll experiencing something of the same in your five sense world. Okay? And again, we'll talk about the five sense world. Okay? You need to be detailed about what you want. I can't tell you how many times a client has said they wanted their SP back. I have a very close friend of mine, she actually works with me, who wanted her SP back, and she got her SP back. But one of the things that I told her before was I told her, I said, be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. She got her SP back, okay? But the challenge was that she got her SP back. She got her SP back exactly as he was before. Okay, and she's like, I've grown, but he's still the same. And I said, yes, because this is why. When you started manifesting for your SP, you were manifesting based off of information that you had in the past, not based on information that you wanted him to be. Okay, and you needed to be the one who changed internally to see that happen, but you didn't do it. And then she goes, okay, I understand. All right. So there's a couple of things that happens when you start manifesting somebody, and you manifest them for the way that they used to be. Okay. One thing is you get that vacillation. Okay, because you're expecting something, and it's within you that you're expecting this, but then all of a sudden, you're seeing them internally as the person that they used to be, and so you get this almost like a hot and cold type of thing, but it's not really hot and cold. They change into the person a little bit as you want them to change into it, and then they dive right back into the person that they used to be years ago or months ago or however long it was. Okay, you need to see that person have been changed in your imagination first, and then you need to have them reflect that back to you in your imagination. All right? Otherwise, that's exactly what you're going to get, is the old person back. Okay? Let's see. All right, so now that we know that you have to know exactly what you want. How much money do you want? What kind of attributes do you want your SP to have? What does the house look like? How many rooms? How many bathrooms? Does it have a 2-car garage? I need a 6-car garage. That's what you need to see. Okay? That's what you need to understand. Those are details that you need to put into this. All right? Otherwise, you're not going to get what you want. Okay? So now, get out a piece of paper, yes, an actual writing utensil as well, a pen, okay? Because you need all the help you can get, and I'll explain how that works in another video as well, okay? Get a notebook, not a scrap piece of paper, but something you can put your notes into and go back to them, so you can review your notes, okay? I can't tell you how important that is, okay? You need to be able to review these things, all right? Now, what do you want? Okay? I kind of mentioned before, what do you want in your SP? What do you want that person to look like? How do you want them to dress? What kind of job do you want them to have? What kind of attributes do you want them to have? Okay? How do you want them to talk to you? All of this stuff is important, and all of it you need to know. Okay? How much money do you want to make? How much money do you want to make per week? How much money do you want to make per month? Okay? How big is the house? How many rooms does it have? How many bathrooms does it have? I already went over the garage. Those are important. All right? You need to know those things. Okay? What you don't want to do is, I'm not sure exactly how much money. I just want to be comfortable. What is comfortable? For some people, comfortable is living in a cardboard box under a bridge. That's comfortable. For some people, they don't even have that. For some people, they're just marching along with a little stick in their bag hanging off that stick with some clothes and some stuff in there, and they're hopping on trains and they're going from one state to the next. Okay? That's comfortable. For other people, if they're not living in a 6,000 square foot house, they're not comfortable. Okay, so you need to have you need to have some details there. Okay, about you need to know exactly what it is that you want. All right, not just a lot. Okay, also keep in mind everything in the affirmative. Okay, you never want to say, "I want to get out of debt." Okay, because debt. Here's the thing. The subconscious mind doesn't understand no, not, and get out of. It doesn't understand that. Okay? It only understands the certain things, because here's the key, and this is where a lot of people miss it. Okay? So you hear a lot of coaches out there, and they go, words are everything. Okay? And then in the same paragraph, different sentence, they also tell you, so the subconscious mind doesn't understand the word no and not. Well, which one is it? Do they understand words? Does the subconscious understand words, or does it not understand words? And spoiler alert again, words have nothing to do with it. The only thing that words do is take a concept and put it into something that we can communicate to somebody else. That's what words do. Okay? The subconscious mind is working off of feelings and pictures. Okay? When you start thinking of something, okay, what'll happen is you're going to start feeling something, you're going to get a picture, and then you put that picture into words. That's what happens. Okay? Now, we think that we put that into words first. No. Our communication, our voice is just something that we use to communicate out to someone else the picture that we have inside. Okay? If we took a car, all right, and in the United States, we call it a car. Sometimes we call it an automobile or a vehicle. All right? And we went to Germany. And in Germany, they call it automobile. Okay? That's where we got the word. That's where the Americans got the word for automobile, is in Germany. Okay? Or they'll call it Auto. Okay? For short for automobile. All right, but so the words are not necessarily the same. We'll use car here in the United States, and we'll use auto for in Germany. So the words are not the same. All right, but the picture is. The picture doesn't change. That picture that you have in your mind is still the same. Okay, if you see a Mercedes-Benz driving by, you call that's a nice looking car right there. If it's a German, he's going to say, that's a nice looking Auto right there. Okay? Even the words are pronounced different. We call it Mercedes-Benz. Okay? In German, it's Mercedes. Okay? So, but you're looking at the same thing. You're looking at the same car. The image is the same. That's how the subconscious works. Okay? And it also works off of feelings. Okay? When you apply a strong, elevated emotion or feeling to a certain picture that you have, then that is what's going to get manifested out to you in your 5 sense world. All right? So, it's extremely important to understand that concept. This is why visualization is so important. And there's so many of you that say that you can't visualize. You do it all the time. You just don't realize it. Okay? And I'm going to show you how you get past that. All right? Now, in the next video, I'm going to tell you what to do with that desire. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do with that desire. So tune in. Don't miss it, because it's going to be good. Okay? I'm going to tell you how to really make it come alive, how you really make that desire come alive. All right? So folks, have fun with this. This is your life. Make it what you want. Love you guys. Talk to you later.